Okay, so you're ready to take control of your finances. Like, really take control. That's awesome.
It's about time we ditch the old school banking and investing.
Exactly. We're going deep today into some super interesting alternatives. Ways to manage your money that you might not even know about.
Yeah, things are changing so fast in the financial world.
Totally. And we've got a ton of research here, articles, reports, the whole shebang. We're going to break it all down for you.
We're talking peer-to-peer lending, crowdfunding, impact investing, you name it.
Even those digital currencies that everyone's buzzing about, Bitcoin and all that.
Exactly. This deep dive is like your cheat sheet, your guide to navigating this whole new landscape.
It is. So let's jump right in. First up, peer-to-peer lending. Have you heard of this?
It's pretty cool, actually. It cuts out the middleman, the big banks.
Right. It's you connecting directly with someone who needs to borrow money.
You become the lender, basically. And as a lender, you have the potential for much better returns than just sticking your money in a savings account.
Oh yeah, way better. And for borrowers, it can be a lifeline, especially for folks who maybe don't qualify for traditional loans.
Exactly. It opens up access to credit for so many people.
I read this amazing story about a woman who used peer-to-peer lending to start her own business,
Oh, yeah. What kind of business?
a sustainable clothing line. She couldn't get a decent loan from a bank, but through peer-to-peer lending.
She found people who believed in her idea.
Exactly. And who were passionate about supporting a sustainable business.
That's fantastic. But of course, with any investment, there are risks.
Right. You can't just jump in blindly.
You need to do your research carefully, vet the borrowers or the platforms you're using.
Absolutely. There's always a chance of losing some or all of your investment.
That's the reality, so always proceed with caution.
Okay, so let's switch gears a bit. What about crowdfunding?
This is another area where everyday people are really shaking things up.
It's the power of the crowd, right?
Exactly. Our sources actually highlighted a specific type of crowdfunding that seems to be gaining traction.
Yeah. Tell me more.
Real estate crowdfunding. Imagine being able to invest in property without needing a fortune.
Oh, wow. That's super interesting.
Yeah.
So you're pooling your money with other people.
Exactly. And together you can invest in larger real estate projects.
That's a game changer. But are there any downsides to that?
Well, like with any real estate investment, there's inherent market risk. Property values can go up and down.
And it might take a while to see a return on your investment.
Exactly. So it's essential to really understand the projects you're investing in.
Makes sense. And to be comfortable with the level of risk.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about peer-to-peer lending, crowdfunding, and now let's move on to something I'm particularly passionate about, impact investing.
Oh, yeah. This is where you align your investments with your values.
Exactly. It's about making money while also making a difference.
You're putting your money into companies or projects that are addressing social or environmental issues.
Think clean energy, sustainable agriculture, affordable housing.
All those things that are important to you.
And it's not just feel-good stuff. There's real potential for financial returns as well.
People are realizing that they can do good and do well at the same time.
And the more people invest in these areas, the more these companies can grow and make a real impact.
I was reading about a company that's developing plant-based alternatives to meat
Oh, wow. Yeah, those kinds of companies are attracting a ton of investment right now.
because people are concerned about the environmental impact of factory farming.
Exactly. And they want to support companies that are offering sustainable solutions.
It's a win-win.
Absolutely. All right, so now for the elephant in the room, or maybe we should say the Bitcoin in the room.
Digital currencies. I have to admit, I'm a little intimidated by all this.
Yeah, it's a whole new world, and it can be confusing.
Blockchain cryptocurrency. It's like a different language.
But the basic idea is that digital currencies operate on decentralized systems, so they're not controlled by governments or banks.
So there's a lot of potential for financial autonomy.
Exactly. You're not relying on those traditional institutions.
But it also sounds risky.
It definitely is. The value of cryptocurrencies can be incredibly volatile.
Yeah, I've seen Bitcoin go up and down like crazy.
Like a roller coaster. So you have to be prepared for that if you're going to invest in cryptocurrencies.
And do your research.
Absolutely. Okay, so if you're looking for a gentler entry point to investing, something a bit more accessible,
Yeah, something that doesn't require a degree in cryptography.
then micro-investing apps might be your thing.
Okay, these are on my radar. I've heard the name, but I'm not totally clear on what they are.
They basically let you invest small amounts of money, even spare change.
Wait, so I can invest with like pocket change?
Pretty much. It's amazing. They use this concept of fractional shares.
Fractional shares. What's that?
It means you don't have to buy an entire share of a company's stock. which can be really expensive.
Oh, I see.
You can buy just a fraction of a share, so it's much more affordable.
That makes so much sense.
And over time, those small investments can add up.
So it's a great way to start building your investment portfolio.
Exactly. And it's super easy to use. These apps are designed to be user-friendly.
It's like effortless saving, but for your future self.
Perfect way to put it. And speaking of making investing accessible, there's another type of institution that's doing incredible work.
You're talking about community development financial institutions, or CDFIs.
Exactly. CDFIs are all about empowering communities that are often overlooked by traditional banks.
So they're providing financial services to underserved populations.
Loans, investments, financial guidance. They tailor their services to meet the specific needs of these communities.
It's like a lifeline for folks who might not otherwise have access to these resources.
Exactly. CDFIs are playing a crucial role in promoting economic justice and opportunity.
That's so important. But I do wonder, do they have the resources to really make a big impact?
It's a valid question. Scaling up their operations is definitely a challenge.
But the work they're doing is incredible.
Absolutely. All right, so before we wrap up, I want to touch on one more important aspect of all this ethical banking and investing.
Oh, yes. This is something I've been thinking a lot about lately. Aligning your money with your values.
It's a growing movement.
Yeah.
People are demanding that their investments reflect their beliefs.
So it's not just about making money. It's about making a positive impact on the world.
And that's where ESG criteria come in: environmental, social, and governance.
Okay, I've heard of ESG, but break it down for me.
Basically, it's a framework for evaluating a company's performance beyond just its financial numbers.
So you're looking at their environmental impact, their social responsibility, their corporate governance.
Exactly. It's a more holistic view of a company.
So you can make informed decisions about where to put your money.
And support companies that are doing business in a way that aligns with your values.
Love it. So as you can see, there's a whole universe of financial possibilities out there.
Beyond the traditional banks and investment firms.
It's exciting.
It really is. And it's about finding what resonates with you.
What aligns with your goals and your values?
Exactly. So my question for you, as we finish this deep dive, is what one step will you take today
To explore these alternatives.
to potentially reshape your own financial future?
The power is in your hands.
Knowledge is power, and now you have the knowledge.
To go out there and make those changes.
Create a financial future that you're proud of.
That's a wrap.
We'll see you in the next deep dive.